I'll be with you in a second. Please wait wherever you are. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for waiting and welcome to your private hire. I'm Seven, your driver. It's a pleasure to have you on board this Kuroma and Sons vehicle. Seven is a name, yes. No, my parents were not into numerology. Not that I know of. It's actually the car's ID number. You probably saw it on your booking confirmation. Exactly. My clients got used to calling me Seven, and so after a while, it stuck. I'm afraid the origins of the name aren't more original than that. Sorry to disappoint. Where was I? Oh, yes. You can find water and snacks in the minibar close to your armrest. You can adjust the AC or heating system from the screen in front of you, as well as the light's brightness, colors, and pulsing patterns. If you need privacy, a partition can be pulled between us. Just let me know if you need me to do so. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Absolutely. Our journey to your hotel will take approximately 27 minutes. Are you comfortable? Good. More cushions and a plaid are available under your seat. Music, of course. You can choose from the screen in front of you, and you can also adjust the volume from here. Just make yourself at home. I do have my preferences in terms of music, but you are the boss here. Your choice is paramount. So please, don't mind me and pick whichever tune you want. Of course, as I said, you can ask me anything. No, no, I am not an android. I am human. No offense taken. But that tells me that you're not from these parts, are you? Because you look really surprised to see a human behind the wheel. It is rare, I'll grant you that, but not uncommon. In Meridian Bay, everybody knows that Kuroma and Sons only employs humans as drivers. We're a whole fleet of around 50? So, if you didn't know, that can only mean you are not from here. My deduction skills are on point, yes. So, where are you from? Oh, before you answer, please keep in mind that you do not have to talk to me nor answer any unwanted questions. That's, yes, part of the policy. I should always remind the clients that no matter how noisy the driver can be, they can decline any interactions. You don't mind answering? Then let me repeat. Where are you from? Mars? Really? That's a long trip you've had coming here. Is that about 24 hours? I see. Faster than I'd imagine. I hope the flight went smoothly. Good. This stuck with you, didn't it? Maybe it's different on Mars, but here on Earth, humans do not drive cars. Not that I am aware of, at least. They haven't for a very long time. The company I work for is the exception. Kuroma and Sons, yes. Leaders in human-operated vehicles. Very old company. They started back in, well, way before cars were a thing. They traded horses first, and then managed to evolve quite rapidly as technology kept advancing. And now is probably the time for me to let you know that I am proud to be working at Kuroma and Sons. Company policy, yes. But don't tell them I said that. Do you mind if I try to guess something else about you tonight? I set myself little challenges like that, yes. Thank you. So, you being aboard this car means that you work for a big corporation. Because this service is very expensive, not everybody can afford it. You are wearing a suit, you arrived at the shuttle bay, and you booked me for an entire week. I presume the entirety of your stay. That screams corpo to me. Oh, you didn't know? Yes, I am at your service for 6 days. I can drive you wherever, whenever you want. No matter the time, nor the place. We always offer a 24/7 service, and you can contact me whenever you need me. How does it work? Just like we talked earlier, through the company's app. You have a direct line of communication with me, via written or vocal chat, whichever you prefer. When you need me, just use the app. Absolutely, no matter the time. As I said, it's a 24/7 service. I will always be here, on the other end of the line. And the company guarantees a maximum of 5 minutes waiting time for the car to arrive. If it ever exceeds it, your company will be fully refunded. What happens if you're more than 5 minutes away from me? Good question. That never, if rarely, happens. Because, and you probably don't know that, but your company does because it's stipulated in the contract they signed for this booking. We are tracking your every move through the app. So I know in real time where you are, which gives me the opportunity to follow you around town and always be at a maximum of 5 minutes away from you. If that can make you feel safer, no information on your location is shared with other companies. It is solely used by Kuroma and Sons and deleted when the booking ends. Indeed. While on a mission, that's how we call bookings. I do not rest, or I should say, I always stay in the car to offer you the best possible service and experience. That being me being available 24/7. I understand your concern, and this is why AI took over driving in the first place, isn't it? For security measures and cost efficiency, of course. AIs are never tired and never shut down as long as they are powered, so less accidents, no more tired drivers at the wheel, no more losing control of the vehicle. Just smooth and eventless driving. But you should not worry. I might be a human driver, but I am not subject to any of the issues we just mentioned. Because, just like all the drivers at Kuroma and Sons, I am enhanced to deliver top-notch driving experience. For example, I do not need to sleep as much as you do. I can take micro naps in the car and wake up like I slept an entire night. Yes, I've been augmented especially for this job. All drivers at the company are embedded with a GPS chip, so we can never get lost and know the state of traffic in real time. That way we can choose the more appropriate route to destination, depending on the client's wishes. That's also where I can track your every move and know exactly where you are. I am also equipped with night vision. I will always use the lights, but it gives me a more precise rendering of the road ahead. And I have also added a radar and police detection chip. It's not illegal per se. If it was, the company would have never allowed it. But it is very useful. Some clients need to be somewhere very fast. In these situations, exceeding the speed limit is necessary. And if I can avoid getting fined, then the client is happy, I am happy, and most importantly, exactly, Kuroma and Sons are happy too. Anything else? Yes. In my field of vision, I have a live report of the car's status. Engine, brakes, lights, tires. I know in real time how the vehicle is doing and if something needs to be looked at. I can also tweak some parameters here and there to adjust things, make the ride smoother and more enjoyable. You're right. All this information is accessible through the dashboard, but I have access to more detailed data, more numbers, statistics, performances. Very useful when I report my missions to the head office. They then know what can be improved and or changed on the car. I am a full-on driver, through and through, indeed. Yeah, this shows great dedication to my work. But to be fair, the augmentations have been paid by the company. And they also pay for the monthly visits at the clinic, the software updates, chips maintenance, and so on and so forth. They do take care of us, yes. We are valuable, after all, so it's only in their interest to look after us and pamper us. Oh, no. Not anyone can become a driver for Kuroma and Sons. First, you need to agree to be enhanced specifically for the job, which I can totally understand some people won't do, even if they don't have to pay for anything. It is still a high price to pay. You give your body for the job, essentially. And your life too, because you need to be reachable 24/7, always ready to drive, never late, always sober. But that's not all. You also need to show exceptional driving skills. And that goes through a ruthless recruitment training period. Not anyone can pass it. Let me see. Mine was years ago. If I remember correctly, out of 100 participants, they only chose 3 of us. One quit because they couldn't handle the pressure, and only 2 of us joined the rest of the driving crew. A hell of a scheming process, you're correct. But it's only normal. They need the best of the best, and not everybody is fit for this type of job. How long have I been working for them? 5 years, give or take. No, not my first job. Before, um, before I was doing something else. Yes, on Earth. I've never been off planet. No, never. Shocking, I know. No, it's not that I never wanted to, it's just lack of opportunity and asset, I guess. My life before being a driver was a bit hectic. It didn't really give me a chance to go on holidays or travel far away. What about you, if I may ask? I'm afraid not. The company has a strict secrecy policy. No information goes to us, the drivers, only where to pick the clients up and where to bring them. That's all. If we want to know more, we either ask or wait for the client to tell us. RX Holdings, that's the resource extraction company, right? Yeah, I've heard of it through a client of mine, if I remember correctly. Something about a deal with Earth, but I'm not sure what's left to mine here, to be honest with you. I am not fishing, I promise. We can change subjects if you'd like. You are in charge here. What made me change my job? Well, that's, let's say, how can I answer this question without... I wanted a more steady life. No, as I said, my previous employment wasn't the best at giving me a framed lifestyle. Something healthy, let's say. Now, I won't lie, working as a driver is tough. The hours are very demanding. I essentially live for this job, but that's what I needed. Something tight that wouldn't let me slip up back into the past. Very cryptic, I know. Well, truth be told, I'm not supposed to talk about myself that much. And yeah, some things are better left in the past, don't you think? Thank you for redirecting the conversation. I still love my job here, yes. Well, depends on the clients I get. Like any service job. Some customers are easier than others, or I should say, more interesting than others. Our clients, as I said, hiring one of us isn't cheap, so we only get either rich passengers or people working for big corporations, like yourself. How come it's that expensive? Because being served by humans in nowadays and age is very, very rare. And some are ready to pay tremendous amounts of money to be taken care of by a human being rather than by a machine. And I still can't believe that at some point in time, it was the other way around. Yes, that it was groundbreaking to sit in a driverless car or be served food by robots in restaurants. Now it's just day-to-day life, you know? I do watch old movies sometimes, just to get a feel of what it must have been like to live in a world before total automation. How was it? I want to say peaceful, but it wasn't. I mean, they didn't have chips. The brain wasn't directly linked to cyberspace, so in a way, it was more peaceful. That's it, yes. The mind was not disturbed all the time. They just had screens, and one could always switch it off. Now that cyberspace is in our minds, it's more complicated to log out. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm sure we do romanticize it a lot, of course. And that's probably why the human workforce is slowly coming back into some service jobs. It is extremely rare. It's a luxury, and it plays on the feeling of nostalgia. It's vintage, essentially, and people are drawn to it like flies to neon light. You see ads around town for different human-powered services, like they call them. They really play on the nostalgia bit of it all. That's why we see more and more human bartenders and waiters in high-end restaurants. Indeed, it gives some charm to a place, I guess, an old-timey feel we lost with time. Something you can only find in movies and virtual stories. Oh yes, Kuroma and Sons are way ahead of their time, and pretty much saw the trend coming from miles away. They capitalized on it, and it worked. We have more demand than drivers, which is great for the company and is also very telling. People need this. Why? I think that's because it's not only a status thing to be seen driven by a real person. It's also an experience, a human experience. Something most of us lack greatly in our everyday life. What people, well, I should say some people, look for in this is something AI cannot give them. A sense of connection with another soul, with flesh and bones. I do think so, yes. We feel more and more lonely since everything is automated, or since most of society is. We see more machines, AIs, and screens than we see our own kind. And us, being a social species, well, something's missing, and we feel it. We can't always pinpoint it because we're born and raised in such an environment. We're used to it, but we do feel something weighing on us, like something's not right. Something is, missing. And now we found somewhat of a solution to this problem. Or maybe not a solution, but rather a band-aid. Something temporary that seems to do the trick for now. No, it's not just driving from point A to point B. And, now that you're saying this, I have to admit, I see myself more than just a driver. How so? Well, I am, and that will sound strange, but I am a human companion, first and foremost. I feel this way because of my clients. Some book my services just to talk to me, to spend some time in the car with another human. They don't care about the distance, the destination, the driving part. They just want... Yes, exactly. Company. And I do have regulars, clients who book me for a few hours a day or evening or night, and they just talk when they want to, stay silent if they need to. With time, I got to know them, and I know exactly what they require at a given time. Just like a therapist, I guess. I would rather say like a friend. What kind of client do I get? I can sort them in two big categories. First ones are those who just enjoy the prestige of having a human driver. They just want to show off. Celebrities, most of the time. Not my favorite type. I'm getting to it. The second ones are those who need, like I said, a companion, someone to talk to. And those are my favorites. Why? Because they're the most interesting ones. Well, they give depth to the relationship. Because, don't get me wrong, this is what it is, a relationship between the driver and the passenger, no matter how long the drive lasts. It's not just small talk, it's deep conversation, comfortable silences when the client knows they're held, that they're safe to not perform and they can just relax. It's eye contact through the mirror, small glances, knowing ones, playful ones, lingering ones. It's adjusting the music depending on the client's mood, needs, or wants. It's knowing when to talk, what to say, how to say it, meaning which tone to use. And it's also remembering past conversation. That's very important. The client always needs to find themselves cared for, understood, and not judged. Never judged. I never thought about it like that, but you're right. It's like a deduction game. And when it works, it's extremely gratifying. How do I know it worked? I can tell just by looking and listening to the client. If they come out of the car more relaxed than when they came in, I won. That's the goal, to be honest. The destination is only secondary. What kind of client are you? Do you really want to know? Oh no, I don't mind telling you, not at all. You are the interesting kind. Because you are curious. You've asked a lot of questions. You try to make eye contact, or at least catch my attention through the mirror, which most don't. Most don't care. They just look out the window. But you pay attention. And that feels nice. A little bit of reciprocity is nice, once in a while. That being said, I really look forward to working with you these upcoming days. You too. I'm glad. And we are here, the Causeway Tower. Someone will come and pick you up in approximately 20 seconds. Your luggage will be brought to your room. You just need to check in with the staff and you're good to go. The pleasure was all mine. And don't forget, you can reach me anytime to go anywhere you need or don't need to. Use the app and I'll be here in less than 5 minutes. And you can reach out just to talk, of course. You don't have to need to go somewhere, either through text or vocal chat. I am always here for you, 24/7, at your service. Enjoy your stay.